think about electronic drums and all that kind of stuff?
If they're used in a cool way, I think they're great. I don't use any electronic drums myself, but I've heard them used in a really interesting way.
Like, what do you think is interesting?
I don't know, like I have a friend who's got an old Simmons drum pad from like when they first started making them, and he adds it to his arsenal of stuff and uses it in a really creative way. I don't necessarily want to see someone sit behind a set of V drums for a whole set of music and rock out on them, because I still don't think they sound this. I don't like using them as a substitute for acoustic drums, but I like using them to add to your setup, to do different things. I don't know very much about specific microphones. I do know when I'm recording, what usually works best for me is when they run 2 overhead microphones over the drums, and then they'll usually put one on the kick drum and one on the snare drum. Yeah, so that's about the gist of it. I like it as simple as possible. When I usually never ever like to have my drums mic'd, like in a playing situation, unless I absolutely have to.
When would you absolutely have to?
If you're playing in like a big stage or at a festival, sometimes you got to have your drums mic'd, and I really don't like it if they close mic them, because I think it affects the sound and it makes me play way different. If they have to mic the drums, again, I would rather just like 2 overheads on the drums. That's like, not even the bass drum or the snare. If you're miking it for a performance, just 2 overheads. Just get the, the sound of the entire instrument like that. That's,
just
that's
like
what I prefer.
out like the open air or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want the bass drum, the tom, the floor tom, the high tom. I don't want them all close mic'd. Because they always put these stupid clips on the rim and they get in the way and they just don't, it just makes you sound, it makes you play differently. It's different for different types of music. For the stuff I do, I don't want to have microphones on all my drums. But if you're playing in a loud rock band, it probably makes more sense. You got to mic the kick drum because that's so important to that music.